All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining me tonight. Noelle Cruz, Presidential Diamond with It Works. I just realized you guys can see like my messy clothes in the background. I apologize. I have not quite unpacked from my last vacation, so don't mind my mess. There's always something going on, right? So I'm super pumped. Actually, this week I just want to let you guys know, I was looking for houses where we are going to get together and do our conference together. So if you are interested in coming together and viewing conference with me and some other team members, September 24th and 25th, stay tuned for that information because we are going to be coming together in a house with a big TV and a large enough living room to host all of us. And we're just going to have a great time. So put that on your radar. If you weren't thinking about coming to conference, if you were thinking about staying home and just watching it by yourself before, think about joining us and doing it with us because it just makes a difference when you're together with team. Obviously, we can't be together in Florida at an actual convention center, but we can be together in a house watching it virtually, which is the next best thing. So anyway, so just put that on your calendar, September 24th and 25th. And I would love to see as many of you as possible. So I just wanted to remind you that we still have our $100 loyal customer bonus going on if you sign 5 customers. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out. Last week, Jessica Looker signed, sorry, I'm trying to like manage. I don't know how to turn off my waiting room. I apologize, you guys. And I'm so ADD. This is not a good thing. Jessica Looker signed 7 loyal customers last week. Kelsey Erickson signed 5. And then Tanya, I don't know how to say your last name, so you guys are going to get to meet Tanya in just a minute. I'm not going to try to say her last name because I'm going to butcher it. She also earned her $100 loyal customer bonus. And the thing I love about these bonuses, you guys, is that they're running the entire month of July as well. And this is an amazing recruiting tool because as you're talking to potential distributors, you can confidently tell them, I can show you how to make $400 to $500 in your first month with this business, right? And you can do that just by signing customers. They don't have to be recruiting. And I know that so many people have that hesitation with this business is they're like, well, I don't want to join because I don't want to have to recruit team members. And that's completely understandable because some people are uncomfortable with that. So as you're talking to them, you can let them know, we can just do this by helping people get started on their own health journey, their own beauty journey, whatever it might be. Okay, so that's $100 a week on top of commission. So that's where the $400 to $500 comes into play. They're going to be really making $450 to $500 or more, depending on the volume of the customers that they're signing. So I just wanted to give those ladies a shout out for doing amazing this last week. And we've got some people that have already hit that goal this week, and we will talk about them next Monday. So anyway, I wanted to introduce you guys. We had a couple of ladies promote to Ruby this last month. So I'm going to introduce you to 2 ladies. We're going to talk to Tanya first because I apologize. So Tanya, I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to spotlight you if that's okay.
Okay, it's fine. Hi, everybody.
Okay. Tanya, tell everyone okay, who you are, first and last name, since I can't say your name, and where you're from and how long you've been in the business.
Okay, so I'm Tanya Tamua Lafaile. So I'm out here in Washington. Me and my family just moved out here in August. I started It Works March 6th. So that's when I started. So it's been a good 4 months in this business. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. So how did you find this?
So my upline, she's a good friend of mine. Her name, she's double diamond in our team. Her name is Finuno Ivalfatiri. So she's on the call with us tonight. So she reached out to me. I've been watching her stories. I've been seeing her in this business for pretty much a good time for me to notice that she's been going up the ranks. So she reached out to me back in March. And I said, let's do this. Let's go ahead and get me started. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I really didn't have much going on in my life. And I wanted something new and exciting to do, and here I am.
That's amazing. Okay, so I call her Nunu or Fifi, depending on the day. Okay, so because just like your last name, I can't say her entire whole name. So she's been in the business for a while. Do you see that I'm on a Zoom? Do you see that you're being? No, you can't. You still have to be in bed. Sorry. I thought that they were asleep. Apparently that was not a thing. So she's been in the business for a while, and she's been a diamond for a while. So what made you take so long to say yes to her? And how long were you like really following her before you decided to jump on board?
Well, we've been we're from American Samoa, so she's like somebody that I went to school with, elementary, high school, and then we graduated. We haven't been connected, only through social media. So I could say that our relationship got rebuilt on this business, and I'm super excited. I'm grateful that she was able to message me. I know she knows that when I started, after I graduated, I was all into the medical field. I had my goals, plans, I wanted to become a pharmacist. And as life, life hits us in all different directions, we end up where we never thought we'd be. So I'm so glad she reached out to me. And I know that through her message, it was funny because I was looking for something to do from home, and at the same time she thought of messaging me, and that's when I got the confirmation that I needed to do something exciting, and I went ahead and said yes, although I was kind of skeptical, kind of scared of, just joining something new. I have 3 degrees, and I didn't care what anybody was going to say, like, oh, wow, she's with It Works. Oh, does she know that, everybody that joins It Works never succeeds? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not going to let the opinions of others control me and my decision. So I just went ahead and said yes. And had I seen myself doing what I'm doing now and becoming a Ruby, or, just having all these goals and dreams for me and my family, no, I was just a stay-at-home mom, period. That's all that I thought about. Just staying home, watching my kids. When they grow up to a certain age where they're able to go to school, I was going to go back into the 9-to-5 job. That was my mentality. No growth, no goals, no dreams. I just stuck with what I thought. I was grown into this mentality of just finding a job, graduating, finding a job, and being a wife and a mom at home. I did not think I could become my own boss, or even be a business, just somebody in business, a woman in business that could succeed. So it took me a while to just see that for myself, because now that I'm in It Works, it's the first business that I said yes to. I had other opportunities, but I was afraid. But for some reason, when I made my choice, I had that peace, just confirmation from God that, hey, this is where you need to be. This is where you're going to grow to become the woman that I created you to be. So that's where I'm at, and I'm excited. I'm excited that I now have bigger dreams that I've never had before, and I have great goals that I want to accomplish. And it's not if I can accomplish those goals, it's I can accomplish those goals, but when. So that's that's pretty much what's happened over the past 4 months. And just keeping a long story short, it's all on God's timing, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I'm here right now. So
you said something really important. You said you were looking for something to do from home, and she messaged you. Do you think that you would have reached out to her had she not messaged you? Do you think that you would have ended up joining anyway?
Yeah, it was funny. I told her when we moved out here to Washington, me and my husband had no jobs. I completely didn't know where I was going to go. And I sat down with my sister-in-law. We were living with her. And then I said, I've been watching Nunu. She's been posting consistently every day. And I had this conversation with my sister-in-law, and I said, well, it's really bad out here, COVID, so I'm just going to probably just stay home. And then I said something like, I don't see myself doing It Works. Because my sister-in-law, we know Nunu from high school. So I was like, I don't see myself doing that. And it's funny. It's so funny because during that time, the only thing I thought about was her, because she kept posting, she posted something that really caught my attention. And I've seen her post before. It's just that at this specific time, when I saw her post about working anywhere, working from your phone, earning money, income, all of that, it really caught my attention. And it was just tugging on my heart. Like, God was like telling me, okay, reach out to her. And at that same specific time, I woke up to her message. She said, hey, sis, you want to do what I'm doing from home? I told her, wow. I was like, sis, I was just thinking about messaging you. So yes, I want to go ahead and just dive right in, tell me all about the business. I'm going to try my best. And then she told me, well, this is not a get rich quick scheme. You're not just going to make all this kind of money overnight. And I was like, yeah, I know that, but I'm going to try. Guide me, show me. And she invited me to my first Zoom with Montana. And that's when everything just exploded. I met Montana, I met Brooke, I met our whole team, and I heard everybody's story, and just them speaking about where they came from and how they're succeeding. I just didn't know, I'm just that person that thought it was just a skeptical thing, but then I'm hearing their stories and their success stories. I'm like, wow, all this time, God was just, he just blew my mind when I said yes. And then I was like, okay, I'm so into moving forward with this business, learning everything about it. And here I am today, just so blessed to be here and to be a part of, this amazing company.
Oh my gosh.
Meeting all of you lovely ladies.
You are such a great example of the reason that we don't prejudge. Because like you said, you had 3 degrees, right? You were highly qualified to do all these other things, but you were a stay-at-home mom. And so they have on the outside looking in been like, oh, they're fine. They have money. She's got, all these degrees, and she's got a professional field in front of her, right? Like once her kids are grown up, she's going to want, right? Like they might be prejudging all these things, but God had something different for you. And Nunu reached out to you at the same time, which I think is just so amazing. And I can't even tell you how many times I've had distributors join that it's the exact same thing. They're like, I've been stalking you, and that's been on my heart, and I was going to send you a message. And it's like, but if we don't ask, it doesn't happen, right? Typically, it doesn't happen. So I love that you have gone from a place of not really knowing what this industry had, a little bit skeptical, right? Like you knew that it wasn't a get rich quick scheme, but you're like, didn't know that you could make like real money, right? To dreaming big for your family. So what are you dreaming for right now?
Well, first of all, it's getting my husband retired. My husband is a heart patient, and he's had 2 open heart surgeries. And ever since I joined this company, I could sleep well at night, knowing that, if anything happens to him, I got something that I can, fall into, which what I'm creating is just wealth. I'm trying to pay off our debt, and I'm helping him with all these small bills or credit cards. So I've paid so far 5 credit cards off of just, doing it works with having my kids. I love being with my kids. And as all of you stay-at-home moms, we want to, especially if you have little ones, their first years, you want to be with them. And so that we're out here, I don't want to worry about putting them, elsewhere, like in daycare or just with a babysitter. And that's what I was doing. I was just trying to figure things out, get used to this new state, and try to figure where to put my kids, try to figure my schedule. But this fits so perfectly in my schedule because I'm present with my kids and I'm able to bring in income. I'm able to touch lives. I'm able to impact. So I've been speaking to people that I don't even know, like strangers that I don't know, that are my loyal customers. And I love to have that relationship with them, connecting with them. And yeah, it's just been a great journey, and I've learned so much in the past 4 months, and I'm just so hungry for more. I'm so blessed to continue on this journey, because I want to see what God has in store for me and my family. So that is my goal, is retiring my husband, and, being debt free and just creating wealth for my family.
I love it. So I know she's got screaming kids in the background, just like I had a minute ago. So you obviously, you have so much ahead of you and you have so much vision. What would you say to somebody who is maybe a little bit fearful to share the business with other people for fear of offending them, or for fear of maybe looking foolish, or just for fear of their own personal ability to train somebody and coach somebody else? What would you say to that person?
What I would say is, you really have to, I think it's more like of a self thing for that person. Try and get into some personal development, because I tell you, with personal development, it'll just change your mindset. I think it's a mindset thing that we're struggling with when we first start. Of course, we're going to be afraid. Of course, we don't know what's out there, but we have to, just stay, just try and search for a good personal development class or book and read on it. Pray, of course. Pray. You always have to keep your goals in prayer. And
I lost you. You're not muted, but I lost you. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear her? Is it just me? Can you guys hear her?
hear me?
Oh, wait. You're coming back.
Yeah?
Oh, I got you now. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically a self-development thing and a mindset thing that you would need to catch yourself and say, okay, what do I really want? What is my big why? That's why the business is saying, okay, lay out your why of why you want to join this business and how far you can go, and always stick to your why, and always remind yourself, no matter if there's challenges, we face challenges. It's life. We go up and down, but we always have to remind ourselves, why do we join? Why do we join this business? If it's fear, try and renew your mind, because the devil is always going to try and attack you in your thoughts first. And when your thoughts aren't in line, your attitude won't be. And when your attitude won't be aligned, your activity won't be. You're just not going to do the work. You're not going to show up. You're not going to speak to anybody. You're just going to, that self-doubt is just going to feed you. And then the next thing you know, you're going to quit. So always, my advice is just make sure that you're plugging into just positive things to grow your mindset, grow your beliefs, and everything else will just flow from there. Positive thoughts give you positive, your activity, attitude, give you positive activity, and it gives you positive results. And you're always going to be plugged in, because you know that it works. This business, it does work. You just need to set some goals for yourself first and be positive. And yeah, that's it. Stay close to the fire. Stay close to your upline. Ask anybody that, if you need any help, reach out. Because the only way that you get, if you quit or you have any self-doubt, it's because you're thinking nobody's going to relate to you and nobody's been through it. But I do encourage you, just speak up, reach out to your upline.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Tanya. It was so good to meet you, and I'm so excited for you. I know we're going to be having you on here again soon as an emerald and then a diamond, etc. So you just keep rocking it. I'm so excited for you. Thanks so much, girl. All right. So, guys, drop a 1 in the chat for me if you're a yellow. And if you don't know what a yellow personality is, you can just say, I don't know. But if you're a yellow, drop a 1. Because I want to talk to you yellows for just a minute. And I know that there's way more yellows than are. You need to take the test. Amanda, I don't think you're yellow, just FYI. But I think everybody's a rainbow, right? But the interesting thing is, and I'll give you guys just like a little tip about the test. If you took it when you first started the business, and it's been a month or 2, I want you to actually take it again. And the reason why is because most people come out yellow when they first take the test, because they think that those are the answers that we're supposed to be. We're supposed to care about other people more than we do. We're supposed to like animals. We're supposed to be spiritual, like all these things. And a lot of you are, okay? I think 65% of people, Patty's going to correct me if I'm wrong, I think 65% of people are actually yellow. So a lot of you are actually yellow, but some of you might actually not have put some of those stronger characteristics because you were afraid that that maybe made you harsh or selfish or too outspoken, or those things that maybe society says that are not good things. So as you grow in the business and do your personal development, I actually want you to retake the test and see if your numbers are different, because typically they change. So all of you yellows, I want you, how many of you just loved Tanya's story? How many of you loved that she was overqualified to do all these different things, but she just wants to be home with her kids? And now her dream is to retire her husband because he's got a heart condition. And like, what a blessing is that? So I want you to think about this. A lot of yellows, and the reason I'm talking to you yellows is because a lot of yellows are afraid to message people directly about the business because they're basically afraid of rejection. If you're afraid of rejection, put a 2 in the comments. I want to know who's afraid of rejection. Like, you're really scared to send that message because you're afraid of being left on red, or because you're afraid of somebody blocking you, or you're afraid of somebody saying, I think you're stupid, or whatever it might be. Now I want you to think about how selfish that is, because let's go all the way up the line. If Rusty Lackey would not have said yes to this business 16 years ago, 17 years ago now, none of you would be here. If Melody McFarland would not have said yes to this business, none of you would be here. If Tina Hatcliffe hadn't said yes to this business, none of you would be here. If I hadn't said yes to this business, none of you would be here. If Nunu wouldn't said yes to this business, if she hadn't said yes to this business and been consistent all these years, Tanya wouldn't be here, you guys. And she needs this. So when you're thinking about how scared you are, or when you're thinking about somebody might say no to you, I want you to stop thinking about yourself, because at the end of the day, your fear is selfish. It's selfishness. You need to think about other people, and you need to think about what a blessing this business is to other people. Same thing with the products. When you're thinking about what somebody might think about you, I want you to think about how much these products can bless other people, how it can drastically transform their health. And we're not going to talk about, this is not a product testimonial Zoom, but how do you learn about these things? You get on Zooms like this, like Tanya said, you stay close to the fire, you stay plugged in, and you learn and you listen to stories. And those are the things that are going to give you the confidence to approach people and know that if they say no, they're just hurting themselves. They're not hurting you. So I want you to shift your mindset every time you sit down to work, every time you sit down to message people, and think, who gets to say yes to this opportunity today? Who gets to say yes to these products today? Because whoever says yes doesn't necessarily have a changed life, not at all, but they have the opportunity to have a changed life. I've had more distributors start and quit than more distributors start and do something, right? We all know that, okay? However, the people who decide to start and run are the people whose lives are going to be changed. And those are the people who are going to be on the Zooms. And you're going to hear their testimonials. So I just want you to have that mindset shift every time you sit down to work, okay? All right, you guys, we have one more person to talk to. I know I told you this is going to be 30 minutes long, so we need to give her just a little bit more time. Again, thank you for your cameras on. Thank you for being attentive. Stephanie Syme.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay?
You're a little glitchy, but I think...
Okay, let me move closer.
Okay.
I think I can move closer this way because I'm outside, so that could be why. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you just keep walking. You'll be fine. We'll get you.
Okay.
Okay, so tell everybody who you are and where you're from and your story.
Okay, awesome. So my name is Stephanie Syme, and I'm from Utah right now. We're a military family, so I'm kind of from everywhere. And then how long I've been in the business.
Why don't you just tell people your story?
Okay. So I've been in the business for, gosh, when did I start the first time? Do I count that?
Yeah.
Gosh, was that in maybe 5 years ago, or was it?
2014?
Yeah, 2014. I started the first time. Can you guys hear me better?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll stop right here. And so, yeah, I promoted to diamond that first time around. Then I had my third son, and I actually ended up taking a break from the business for quite a few years in between there. But then I just recently got started back up about 3 months ago. And so, yeah, I'm just super excited to be back.
So what happened between the time that you took a break from the business, you quit your business, you let everything go, and then you just recently came back? So that was a lot of years, like you said. So what was going on in your life during that time that, like, one, it was a huge transition because you were a mom of three, and you're homeschooling mom of three, and you're a military wife, so you're homeschooling, you're raising boys, you're moving, all the things. But
Yes.
what was it that brought you back?
So I started a coaching group. I actually got like a scholarship to work with a life coach for a year. And so starting in January, we began doing just a lot of like really deep inner work, like forgiveness work and all kinds of different things. And it was really that process that kind of helped me uncover that I wanted to come back to It Works and that I quit for the wrong reasons. That wasn't the only thing. Just through the years, I really missed just the energy, and this is really the only business I've ever done that I actually made money from. So I definitely missed that part of it. But I just miss really doing life with people. And I think that is something you can't find anywhere else. Like, I don't think you can find just this family vibe that we got. And yeah, so that just became stronger. That's something that I just kind of realized more and more the years that I was away. And really, it was just like Tanya was talking about, a major like mindset shift that I had. And I just realized that I was like really, really ready to do this now, because the first time that I started, I don't think I really had like a long-term vision with It Works. I just wanted to make a little extra cash. Whereas this time around, I have that long-term vision, and I know that I have the mindset to go with that. So,
and I feel like, and I mean, you told me this, and it's so funny because you guys know I'll never quit my business. I'm like, everybody else can quit, I'll still be standing. But I remember, like, you were just 2 weeks in this time around, and you were like, this is so different. And you were like, this sounds bad, but if you even were ever to quit, I'm still going to going to the top. Like, you're like, I'm going to be here. I'm going to do this. And I just love that you've had, like you said, you've had such a mindset shift, whereas like, you know that you're starting at the bottom again, but you have long-term vision, which means you know that this is a marathon, not a sprint, and you're going to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. In this business, I think I just overthought things the first time around. And if I would have just been okay with me feeling like this is where I was supposed to be, where sometimes my mind would rationalize that maybe it wasn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that like this just feels right. It just feels right. And it feels like this is like this feels like so much more than myself. It just feels so much bigger than myself. And this is the only thing that I've ever felt confident bringing anybody else into. And for all of those reasons, it's like, I don't use this word like loosely, but it feels like a ministry. And I just love, I'm very yellow. So being able to help people like with this opportunity that I truly believe in, that I truly believe will change people's lives, that's just exciting. So yeah, I just can't wait to see what happens.
Well, and I think like when you were a distributor in the past, so you started in 2014. 2015 and 2016 were some of the company's biggest years, like historically, their biggest years. And for our team in particular, I mean, our team just exploded. It's completely incomprehensible growth, you guys. And I think because of that, you promoted to diamond. You were a part of that growth, but I think you see all these other people. She went diamond, in this amount of time, and she went double diamond, and she went triple diamond, and she went presidential diamond, and there's like all these promotions happening, and you might be sitting there going, well, I'm only a diamond. Where like everybody else is like, I want to go diamond. Like, okay, drop a diamond in the chat if you guys want to go diamond. Like, how many of you like diamond is your goal, right? Some of you ruby's your goal.
People with electricity for days.
It's just I feel like that comparison game is so dangerous because it's like, we have to stay in our own lane and know that this is where I am for a purpose.
Yep. And I mean, I think that first time around, even though I knew because you guys coached us this way that this percentage of people that joins your team isn't necessarily going to stay. I mean, I think that I let that kind of throw me off track a little bit more than I should have. And that started to make me doubt. Other people doubting made me doubt. Whereas this time around, that can't happen. It can't and it won't. And I just know it. But so I don't know. I think that, like you said, the comparison thing, and I had just gone diamond, then I had my baby, and I could have given myself a lot more grace. And it wasn't anything that I didn't know. And like I said, like nobody else made me feel that way. But when I wasn't able to just like quickly keep going, I thought that there was something wrong with me, or maybe this wasn't for me, just instead of just having grace with myself and letting myself be in that season of life that I was in. But honestly, I don't even like, my journey's my journey, and God took me down that path for a reason. And I think it was just to bring me back stronger. So maybe I wouldn't have been as strong. I mean, it was my story. So all I know is I'm back with a vengeance, and I'm just ready to be here. And I'm just thankful for this team and for just all of you guys.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I am just like so excited to have you back. Can't even, like, I know we've been close friends for forever and always. You guys, Stephanie was my first like close military girlfriend, my first neighbor when we moved into a house, like our very first house, my very first neighbor, first military girlfriend. So I've known her for forever, way before babies. And I just love getting to do not just friendship life with you, but business life with you. It makes such a difference. So.
Yep, and I remember when you first wanted to start your side gig so you could get massages for you and Dusty. You wanted to have enough extra in the month to get massages.
Yep, and I was in another company, and I was hustling skincare, right? And now that was my practice run. So awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. I'm so excited for you, and I know that this is just a very short stop for you. So it's going to be a good rest of the summer.
Yep, I'm excited.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, you guys. Charlotte, can you say hi since you're crashing our Zoom? Say hi. This is my almost 7-year-old. She's hungry. Okay, I'm going to go feed her. Thanks for being on, you guys. I hope that you got so many nuggets from Tanya and Stephanie. And the one thing that I want to remind you of is that it's not the how. I could have asked them questions about how they did what they did. Don't do that. But I didn't, because the how really doesn't matter when you have your why in place. So if you've forgotten why you're here, or if you've started to make excuses, a lot of people use their why as their excuse. Cover your mouth. I'm too busy with my kids. I can't work my business. I'm too busy working 60 hours a week at my job that I hate, so I can't work my business, right? Are you using your why as your excuse? Or are you reminding yourself daily, I'm going to do this so my kids can do gymnastics. I'm going to do this so that my kids can go to Disney World. I'm going to do this so I can bring my husband home. I'm going to do this so we can live a debt-free lifestyle. I'm going to do this so I can quit that third job or that second job or your primary job. Like, what are you here for? The how doesn't matter. When you have your why in place, the how will figure itself out. So, leave you with that, and also leave you with President Triple Diamond Montana. She's Triple Diamond Montana Long, top distributor enroller, guys. She's amazing. She's doing a power hour in 25 minutes, 10 p.m. I'm going to throw that info on the team page real quick. I want you to hop on there and focus. Commit to your business for an hour and just focus on you, get your stuff done, and let's grow through the summer. All right? I'll see you guys back here next week, and you have an amazing night. Bye, guys.